Greetings guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to AskGolfNut channel and welcome to hole 13, episode 13 of From Stats to Strokes, the show which I've decided to create, try and make the stats a little bit more exciting, even though stats can be quite boring. And so what I've done to try and make it a little bit more fun is to make it a bit of a competition. So the winner at the end of 18 holes, we're on hole 13 now, will win a custom fit set of irons from Sub 70 or 11 Golf of their choice, of which there are quite some few choices to be had. I'll pop on the screen now just some ideas of what you can have when it comes to Sub 70 and also 11 Golf. We'll let that scroll through and then we'll talk about what we're going to be doing today. So it's going to be about approach play, etc. today, and then because it's been a few weeks since I last posted the last question and answer video, rather than giving you guys 2 days or so to get the answer in, I'll give 3 days or so, just so you get a chance to answer. Remember, when it comes to this, guys, it's all about taking part. Now, you get 5 points for correct answers, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, depending on how varied the answers are. But always remember, if you do input, you'll get a point. And so as long as you input, you'll get a point. Even if its answer is 14 trillion, and obviously the answer is, say, like 6, even though you're that far out, you'll still get a point. There's no such thing as a bad answer. Right, the only thing you do have to do is make sure that you obviously are subscribed to the channel, you like the videos, and you are a follower of Sub 70 and 11 Golf on their Instagram and Facebook. Right, so let's get to the question before we have a look at what the leaderboard was for episode 12 when we left it. So we'll go and flick it over straight away to see what the question is. Two-part question. And so I thought we'd go with a bit of a bang back into From Stats to Strokes. Right, part one says this: what distance from the hole is a 20 handicap golfer as likely to miss the green than to hit it? Interesting one. So what distance away from the hole is a 20 handicap golfer as likely to miss the green than hit it? That's fairly easy. That is a distance. How many yards? How many feet? How many meters? Don't worry, if you want to do all that, I can do the conversions, and I'm not going to be doing it. You have to do it to the nearest tenth of a yard. As long as it's sensible, it's fine. But depending on the variation, if you all get very, very close, and it will come down to yards, then obviously I will have to be a bit picky. But generally speaking, with a variation of answers, I will group them in what's sensible. Right. So Harry says, evening Jay. So I'll just quickly pop this off so you can see I have got the chat going. Hang on a sec. There we go. I have got the chat going in the background. So Harry's in the house. So hello Harry, hope you're well. Thank you for commenting in the little chat section, which is there. And by all means, when it comes to the answer to these, guys, you can pop it in the chats if you wish. But remember, once the video is finished, because this is a live stream, once the video is finished, if you remember to go into the comment section and pop it in there, because I cannot grab the answers from this chat section, but I can grab the answers from the comment section of the video. So make sure you pop, if you're going to put any answers in the chat section, which is fine, you can do that if you wish. But make sure you stick it also in the comment section when this video is finished. Right, so I'll just put up question one again first, so you can just be re-familiarized with that. What distance from the hole is a 20 handicap golfer as likely to miss the green than to hit it? 50-50, basically. So there we go. And then the question two, interesting one for question two. Part two is this: from 175 yards, and if you can see, says it up there, says it down there, all of this is from the fairway, not from the rough, not from penalty areas, not from any weird and wonderful bunkers or anything else like that. It is from the fairway. So question two, or part two, is 175 yards from the fairway. What percentage does a 0 handicap scratch golfer and a 20 handicap golfer leave 20 yards or more short of the hole? So obviously it's going to be a two answer, because obviously they're not going to hit the same percentage. Obviously two completely different skill sets of golfers, a scratch handicap and a 20 handicap. But what percentage of, so 175 yards, what percentage does a 0 handicap golfer and a 20 handicap golfer leave 20 yards or more short of the hole. So let's just say you think that a 0 handicap golfer, a scratch handicap golfer, leaves none short by 20 yards or more from 175 yards, you would write 0%. And for the 20 handicap golfer, you would then think, ooh, they leave every shot short by 20 yards or more. I'm not saying this is right, just saying what's going on in your head. And then you would write 100%. And of course, if you think of any number in between, which is different to those, which I think they will be, then you just write that. So it's fairly easy. The part 1 is what distance from the hole. That's just a yards, a meters, or a feet. I don't mind. You can stick whatever you want. I can do the conversion. And then obviously part 2 is a 2-part kind of idea, but it is in percentage terms. Right. So there you go. You got there. I've got a couple of questions, shall we say, that I've got on the chat section. So I will move them away and I will fade that off. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get the, and I'll make it slightly bigger. There you go, so people can see. Okay, that's an interesting one. Hi Jay, sound good, but video is buffering. Okay, so it might be the quality. It might be a case of I've got the quality set to high. Let's just see if I can do this on the fly. Stream. God, this is doing this on the fly now. Not sure if I should be doing this on the fly, but we'll give it a go. Could have gone horribly wrong. Let's just go more. Right, let's go with that. I may now look like a blocky mess, not quite sure, but we'll definitely see if we can do that. So anyway, we'll have the chat now, and if you want me to quickly to go through the questions again, because obviously my video was a little bit like that, I will do. That's no worries. That's the fun with live stream. We are at the whim of technology. So Mark has said distance and accuracy, JPX 923 Tour or MP 243. Which would you go with? Like for like, obviously one's 34 degree for a 7-iron, one's 32 degree for a 7-iron. So if you just go by D plane rules, and JPX 923 Tour would be more accurate. Obviously it won't go as far and stuff like that, but again, that is much more so down to physics than anything else. What I would possibly say, if it was going to be an absolute pure one against the other, I would go to the JPX 923 Tour. Why? It's just that the JPX 923 Tour is basically just a blade. It is a JPX version of their 241. There is no bells and whistles on it. There's no real technology in the head. Well, a little bit, but not much. It's a 1025E copper underlaid lovely, and so its feel and its consistency, and it's not taken away from the 243 at all. It's just the 243, remember, has a transition of chromoly into standard 1025E, and of course we have micro slots and stuff like that. So there is technology in there that can get in the way a little bit, making the face a little bit hotter, etc. So if we are talking margins, guys, so don't get carried away. We're talking about very, very small. So I would go, if I had to be pushed on an exact answer, I would have to say JPX 923 Tour. So hopefully, Pete, the Hi J sound good but video buffering has now hopefully remedied itself, and I am now, can someone just sort of say something, stick it on there, is everything okay, is everything much better, is everything in, hopefully, yeah, good from that, with Mark saying thanks. Hopefully then that means everything's working well. Evening Jay, crap weather weekend, so no chance Phil Mini Ninja, no problem. Perry, don't worry about it. If you get a chance, then whenever you do, just send it through to Instagram. That would be the best way for us. Harry says, one of my mates is a 22 handicapper and he missed every green from 15 yards in every... Wow. Okay, that's an issue. And I don't think doing that, 22 handicap, yeah, he hasn't got many more free shots to waste if he's going to waste one every single hole, basically, from doing those things. But yeah, it can be quite difficult when you have those. Get a lesson, I think, on that one. Definitely on that one. Right, so Niels, hope you're well, mate. I haven't seen or heard from you in a little while. So again, I'm going to be doing my normal live stream for members tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So again, we look forward to catching up with everybody. So very, very quickly, we'll just go through the whole of the question. Won't do part one, part two. I'll literally just whack everything up there so we can have a recap of everything while my video is doing its proper job rather than buffer. Right, so part one, very quickly. What distance from the hole is a 20 handicap golfer as likely to miss the green as to hit it? Yep. So that should be a fairly easy yards, meters, feet. I can do the conversion either way, no problems whatsoever. Part two is 175 yards. This is all from the fairway. Part one and part two is all from the fairway. What percentage does a 0 handicap golfer, a scratch golfer, and a 20 handicap golfer leave 20 yards or more short of the hole? 20 yards or more short of the hole. Yep. We can have the discussion when it comes to the answers, what is causing that 20 yards or more short of the hole. And so, yeah, part one will be a yards, meters or feet answer, what distance away from the hole. And then part two would be obviously a two-part part of that one, and it would be a percentage. So whatever percentage you think for a scratch golfer and whatever percentage you think from a 20 handicap golfer. I will give you guys 3 days or so to make sure you can get your answers in, to give you a chance. Obviously, I haven't done enough from Stats and Scrapes for a little while because I've been busy and I won't bore people with what's been going on in my world. Members know a little bit more what's been going on in my world because I speak to members every week when it comes to live streams. Again, guys, if you want to be a member, you want to be a channel member and you want to have a weekly live stream and get involved with me and what's going on behind the scenes with AskGolfNut, etc., then you can pop onto my YouTube homepage and there's a button there that says join, and for the price of, I don't know how much is a coffee nowadays, you can be a a member, sorry, for a month's £3.99. I think it's £3.99. It is. So how much a coffee costs? Don't know. Must admit, don't really go to coffee places. Costa, Starbucks. Obviously there are many others, I guess, but right. Harry did say he has a lesson every second week. So Harry says, first of all, one of my mates is a 22 handicap golfer and he missed every green from 15 yards in. Every chip or pitch was a shank. And Harry's friend, I hope this is not you, Harry, has a lesson every second week. Yeah, we really would need to fix that. Definitely. Right, so there you go. So before I sign off, I will literally just have a quick look at the chat. There's the chat section, and you can add some love on there if you wish. Where's my little box on there so I can have a little bit of... There you go, that's me doing that. So, M. Sajgafor, apologies if I'm doing your name a huge injustice. I play 923 Forge and love them. For me, I don't get enough greening regulations. However, I've always had my eyes on Titleist. Have you tested the new Titleist range of T-Series clubs? And what are your thoughts on them? Well, I think I need to do a video for all the subscribers to hopefully watch, because someone of the 19,525, I think, was my last look before I came on, just, yeah, for fun. Someone must know Titleist in that and have a very good relationship with someone inside Titleist, because as a content creator, as a, I'm not going to say the I word, as a YouTuber, as someone who has a channel based around equipment, you would not believe how difficult it is to get hold of Titleist to be able to start a media relationship. So I have tried many different routes, even going down the likes of area sales managers, to try and speak to Titleist about just drumming a relationship up so I can use their equipment obviously to test, because there are so many people that are asking me to do that kind of test with all the T-Series irons and compares against the T-Series against loads and loads of other brands, and I would love to. I just can't get hold of them. I have tried so many different ways and it is ridiculous. So if anyone knows how to get a hold of Titleist, how to wake them up from their slumber from the marketing team, then by all means, please let me know. So Mark says, okay, Mark, just let you know, mate, thank you very much for popping your answer in the chat section just there, but to remember to pop that answer into the comment section, duplicate it into the comment section after this video is finished, because I cannot extract it from the chat, but I can extract it from the comments of the video. Mark said 125 yards is his idea for part 1, and part 2, 0 handicap is 20%, and a 20 handicap is 45%. So Mark has already popped his answer in there. Remember, pop it into the comment section down below once it is finished. Ace Man says, would a fitting help a new golfer that does not even own clubs? Abso-blooming-lutely. The common misperception, and this is the biggest misconception within custom fitting for especially new golfers, the classic. How many times have you heard this? I'm not consistent enough with my swing. I'm going to wait to get a little bit more consistent before I get custom fit. And I understand the logic with that. However, working and custom fitting full time for years, I've lost count how many times I have custom fit someone. If I had a pound, I can absolutely categorically say this. It is completely back to front. If you are a high handicap golfer with a huge variance, yes you have, again you've got variance in your swing and other things like that. You also have equipment, generally speaking, that does not fit, absolutely. Now, if you have equipment that does not fit, it adds a huge variable to a variable already, a big variable already. And so, yes, you could argue that a broken clock is right twice a day, and so sometimes you can get a good result, but you can also add massively to your inconsistency and your variance because of the variance of you and the variance of the other side of the equipment. And so I have found huge gains in the past. They vary. Some are mediocre, modest gains, but still gains, and others are massive when you understand how they are using their equipment, what equipment they've got, what shafts they have got, how they react to the swing weight of their golf clubs. The lie angle is a massive thing when it comes to golfers, and because of the fact that generally speaking, let's say they're not having lessons, they're not, or the coach in question is not aware of the lie angle issues that a lot of high handicap golfers and just normal amateur golfers have. A lie angle can cause a huge array of issues, a massive array of issues, not only through contact and variance of strike and everything, but how the golfer compensates for that in his or her swing to get around the unknown of lie. The interesting thing is, if you measure people, and the amount of people I've measured over years about this is comical, they are automatically doing it, but they're doing it in a way which is completely subconscious. It is unconscious adjustment and compensation for something which they do in their swing. It is hilarious how humans do things. It's amazing how we as humans try and funk things to make something work. Obviously, golf is a very target orientated environment. So there you go. But yeah, sorting out your lie angle, or just being aware of your lie angle issue and how to fix, or again, if you go to a decent custom fitter, which is not just a custom fit, it's a coach as well. Again, we can round the whole custom fitting, because a lesson is a fitting and a fitting is a lesson. It's exactly the same thing. There is no difference. Perry says, I have no hair left from telling my girlfriends to go for fitting lessons, and each time get that, I'll wait until I get better answer. It's like, it is the completely back to front. You give a scratch golfer, you give a professional golfer, you give a teaching pro, you give any of us a golf club that doesn't work. As long as I know the lie angle, of that golf club, of which I can obviously measure it with quad. Again, got quad down there to measure it, or a few times, again, there's other ways you can measure within reason. But as long as I know what the lie angle is, I can funk my swing. Now I can move my swing around 5 degrees, give or take, to counter a poor lie. Now, okay, there are some golf clubs I've got here, like the JPX 923 hot metals side of things that was sent through as media samples early on last year, whenever it was. They are comical. they are like 4 degrees flat. I cannot get around 4 degrees flat, and so there has to be a compensation of where the face has to aim, because obviously with a 4 degree flat, the loft is looking out to the right, and again, you could be looking at every degree is 3 to 4 yards of dispersion. So if you're 4 degrees out, that's like 16 yards. Yeah, get around that. And of course, I'm in the know. I know these things. Amateur golfers don't, and they don't know how to compensate for it. Actually, properly. They do it in their swing, but yeah, I won't get into it. But it's, yeah. Higher the handicap, the more important it is to get custom fit, because within that custom fit, you don't just look at the equipment. Well, you shouldn't do. You shouldn't just look at the equipment. You should look at the golfer and how they both blend together. It's the most important thing. Right, got to go, because this is not supposed to be a normal live stream. It's supposed to be from Stats to Strokes. So we will use John as our last one. John Tuff says, wood irons that are too long encourage fat shots. No, not necessarily. It would normally, from the passage of time of monitoring different people, too long means 2 different things. Heel strikes as a general rule, but then also as commonly just variance, a massive variance. A complete strike just goes everywhere. So if you were to look at someone who has the second variation, as in the strike just goes everywhere, yes, fat shots would be one of them. High on the face, low on the face though, thin shots as well, toe, heel, variance everywhere. And the other one, which is just a very linear person who tracks their strike horizontally on the face based on shaft length, and then too short would be toe, too long would be heel. Slightly less than the percentage, the more percentage is the massive variance for long. Short is definitely toe. But then when it comes to that, yeah, there's no pattern at all of a certain percentage of golfers would exhibit fat shots as a reason behind long shafts. It would be either heel or it would be just everywhere. Right, Harry, last one. You are the last one. No one else put any information up on there, because if not, I will be here all day. And no one's going to watch this video because they're going to see this video go on for about 3 weeks. So Harry says, Jay, do you have experience with Jumbo Max grips? No, is the answer to that one. I'm not using Jumbo Max grips. I wonder if they would help when you have problems with your hands without the very soft, squeezy feel of Chamois or Avon grips. Possibly. So I'm a great fan of anything equipment wise that can make someone more comfortable, and there is this classic thing of that sometimes, especially with golfers with rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that, obviously there are certain gloves that have certain cushioned parts of the hands for the joints. And then also when it talks about grip size, there is also chat about the bigger the grip, the more comfortable it is for some people, especially when they have issues with rheumatoid arthritis and other problems with the skeletal issues. So do I have any specific? No, I don't. I go, where's my golf clubs? Oh, again, that's a different story. Guys, for the members, we will talk about a certain box that has come. I won't say any more. So obviously, if you want to know what's in that box, you want to become a member, £3.99 I think it is per month, so not a lot. Price for coffee. You can go onto my YouTube homepage and join there. And every Monday night, 7 PM UK time, members get together and we have a chat about what's going on behind the scenes and certain things that normal people don't really get to see. But yeah, when it comes to that, I run a normal Tour Velvet +4 grip. So it's a standard normal Tour Velvet +4 though. So it's a reduced taper. So it's not as tapered down the bottom, it's thicker in the bottom hand. And I have one extra wrap of tape. So 2 wraps of tape because I'm a picky bugger. when it comes to that. Right, thank you very much for joining, everyone, guys. Thank you very much for all the comments in the old chatteroo. Let's obviously not forget the most important part of this, which is obviously that's the answers to the question. And of course, before we do go, it is customary that we have a little look at thy leaderboard, and I will wait for 2 minutes, or not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds, so we can let all of the top guys go, so we can have a little look at more so at the bottom end of the field and show you how quickly. Remember, 5 points, five points it is. There we go, for a right answer. So it doesn't take long to really get up the board. A lot of these people that have scored 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, is basically you've only joined for one of the now 13th episode. So it's important that people just keep on doing it. Now, again, we are talking about the R3, and the leader will be coming up very, very soon. And so there is a decent distance gap now, obviously, because we are hole 13 between them. But so Neil's got 53, William's got 49, Wasteland's got 46, A Special Case got 45, Pete's got 45 also, User has got 44, Aaron's got 44, Francisco's got 44, Ian Plummer's got 44, Mr. 2, yeah, 44, Ice Tray's got 43, Steve Butcher's got... It's very, very tight. And even down here, where we've got John and stuff like that, there you go, Adrian, 25 points. It doesn't take much. 5 points, 30, 35, 40, 45. If the leaders have a little bit of a brain, then it doesn't take long for people. And we've had people, not from this low, I'll be honest, not from this low, but we have had people from mid-pack shoot up. There you go. Right, guys, thank you very, very much for watching, as always. For the people that are members, we will see everybody in about 24 hours or so. Yes, exactly 24 hours from now for our next live stream, where we have a chat about what's going on behind the scenes, etc. And yeah, so give you 3 days. 3 days to get your answers in. Make sure, if anyone has put answers in the chat-a-roo section there, if you could make sure after this video has finished, if you could go down to the comment section and pop that in there, then I would be much appreciated, because I can't get the information from there, but I can from there into the comment section. Right, guys, thanks very much for watching, and we will catch everybody very soon.